They've changed it once again. Hello again, skunkmunkee here, and today in the Minecraft Snapshot 21W16A, what do we have? Well, I know it's going to be a great day because there is a pink sheep behind me and it spawned there naturally, so it's going to be awesome. So this is an interesting day because this is the first day that there is a snapshot for the first half of 1.17 and one for the second half of 1.17, so we're going to cover it in that order, starting with the first one that's going to be dropping this summer. And we're going to start here in the Overworld, where, as you can see right in front of me, is a flowering azalea plant and a regular azalea plant. And all we got to do with these now is take bone meal, and boom, we get our actual azalea trees. Now, this is still oak. I'm really hoping that they give us a new wood. I'm guessing they will, but I'm not sure. I'm hoping they will. It might be nice to have kind of a... I'm thinking of a brownish with just a little pink tint to it. That'd be kind of nice. Kind of like a cherry kind of colored azalea. Yeah, either that or kind of greenish. That'd be nice too. Anyway, so that is it for the above ground changes. So now we have to delve deep underground. Once again, they have made some changes to the textures. The block of raw iron and the block of raw gold have been changed, and I gotta say this looks a lot more like gold than honeycomb or anything else, and this one kind of looks interesting. Not sure about this one. Copper didn't change. I just put it in here so you can see the difference in the three. They also made changes to the raw metals themselves, and as you can see, they are very different. So here you've got the raw iron, the raw gold, and the raw copper, and their shapes have been changed now, so they're not all exactly the same shape, just different textures, and I think that's a good thing. I really think they look nice. I do. And I like the whole concept that we're going with here, so I'm glad that they're doing this. These things need to be able to be smelted in furnaces. I'm telling you, they just need to be. The big change in this snapshot has to do with these pointed dripstones. Now, these are very similar to what we have in the real world, the stalactites, and then you're going to have stalagmites. And they do grow very, very, very slowly over time. So they wanted to add that to the game as well. So if you have a pointed dripstone that is connected to a dripstone block and there is water above it, which there's not, but if there was water here, this would slowly grow a stalagmite. So the stalactite would also slowly grow down. Now, for it to grow the stalagmite, it needs to be within 10 blocks, which this totally is, so it could grow there. And it has to not have any water in between. So if this is in water, that's not going to work. No. This stalactite will only grow to a maximum of 7 blocks long. I'm wondering if at that point they'll fall. That'd be kind of interesting. And each growth will take like several in-game days. Like, this is not going to be a very big or very fast farm. It's going to be very, very slow. And yeah, it's a pretty cool concept. I really think it's a good thing. It'll help caves to feel more natural. I kind of wish that they would just grow no matter what, but I understand having water above them. But they drip without water above them. I don't know. So that is the big change to the pointed dripstone. And it's a pretty cool one. Pretty cool one. A small change to the deep slate. So the deep slate can generate random directions, and then you can have infested deep slate. But that was only spawning one direction. Now that can also spawn in a random direction. Kind of hides it a little bit more. One thing I forgot to mention while we were above ground, and it's not a very big thing, but it's worth mentioning. The grass block, mycelium, and moss block have now been added to the dirt tag. So you can now put sweet berries on top of all 3 of these. You can also put grass on top of mycelium, which is kind of interesting. So anything that you could normally be putting on grass or dirt, you can put on mycelium and moss blocks. So that's kind of a cool little thing. So that does it for the first half of the 1.17 snapshot update. Let's move on to the experimental one for the second half. Here we are in the datapack version of 21W16A. This is the one that adds in the stuff for the second half. So you're going to have the taller mountains, the deeper caves, everything that is not coming this summer but coming this holiday season. And we have two main changes going on here. So let's take a look underground. The first one, not that big of a thing, but it's kind of cool. Aquifers, which are underground bodies of liquid, if they generate at low levels, have a good chance of having lava in them. So let's see if we can find one of those. We were actually right next to one. So here we have an aquifer. This is one that has water in it. And then right next door, we have one that generates with lava in it. This is not a place I'd want to go. No, this is not good. Be nice to get the diamonds here. Not sure how you do that. I mean, you could have fire resistance potion, but the diamonds don't. So this is really cool, but there are going to be huge, I mean, look at the size of this thing. This is a huge pocket of lava, and these are going to be generating all over the place underground. And an aquifer is, if you didn't know, is just basically a cave that is filled with a liquid. So we have underground lakes, and now we basically have underground water caves. And now we have underground lava caves. All right, on to... actually, this right here. This is showing off the exact thing that I was about to go to. We now have veins in Minecraft. Yes, we have ore veins, to be exact. And here is a nice iron ore vein. And the iron ore vein generates with tough blocks. So here we have this kind of a strip going along here. And then there's iron ore, and then there's tough blocks here. Right now we have iron and copper. So let's see if we can find a copper one. Here is an example of a copper vein. Now the copper vein is going to be mixed in with granite. And interestingly enough, it actually goes through the deep slate right here. Now copper veins are going to be found above y equals 0, and iron veins are going to be found below y equals 0. But that's a lot of copper. Wow. That is an amazing amount of copper. So if you find copper and granite, you might find a bunch of it. And then if you're really down low and you find iron and tough blocks, then you might find a bunch of that. So that is really cool. I've been looking forward to this ever since they announced it, because veins are so cool. To find one block and then just keep digging and finding where the vein goes, the way they actually mine, used to mine in real life. These things are so cool. Very excited that they have finally been added. That does it for today's snapshot. These are some really cool features. As I mentioned before in the past video and this video, if you want to play on the second half of the 1.17 features, you do need to download the data pack. And you do need to create a brand new world, because this one is a lot taller. The world generation is completely different. But it's really cool looking, really cool looking. This one is a bit laggy though, so be careful with that. Also, in general, I had difficulty loading it up. I think I tried about, I don't know, 5 or 6 times just to get the very first, the regular 21W16A loaded. Don't know why. But that is going to do it for today's episode. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, consider subscribing, turn on those notifications. You can follow me on Twitter. You can join my Discord channel, and hope to see you guys in the next snapshot update. Until next time. I'm a pink sheep. Bye.